Hello and welcome to Move Ahead Media's basic AdWords search campaign setup. Here I am going to build a campaign from scratch. There are many videos available on YouTube by Google to help assist in this process. The purpose of this today is to show you how easy it is to build a campaign, and then we will follow this up with some key points to watch for and common errors that can cost you thousands of dollars. So first of all, you will need a Gmail account to be able to set up an AdWords account. Please ensure that this Gmail is free from any other Google AdWords accounts. First of all, search Google for Google AdWords setup. Once you've clicked on this, you will come to the welcome screen. Sign in with your email and also the website you wish to advertise on. Okay, so now we set up the account. These are the 4 things that we are going to do. So firstly, we will choose the budget. Secondly, we'll create your ads. Third, we will select your keywords. And lastly, we will enter your billing information and create a payment profile. So let's get started. Click on Create Your First Campaign. The first thing we need to do is name the campaign. You can have multiple campaigns for a website in any of the platforms that Google offers. Today we are going to create a search campaign only. The first thing we need to decide is to select either standard or all features. The standard campaign is a very basic setup which limits the amount of features you have to work with. Today we are going to work with the all features campaign. The first thing we need to decide is the type of campaign. Today for this demo we will be using a search network only campaign. Below this we have the opportunity to include search partners or not. Some example of search partners are Google Play and Google Maps. Now obviously we're going to keep this selected as Google Maps is a very valuable to local search. Below this we have device preferences. Please leave on all eligible devices. There is no option here to choose device selection, but in future and further into the campaign you may want to build a campaign specific to one device. Below this we have location settings. Here we're going to click on the Let Me Choose section. Type in your selected location. For this example we're going to use Bangkok and choose Bangkok from the drop down. Once you've chose this, you will see below there is the location options advanced. This is one of the most important areas, and this is one of the areas we will go through later in terms of potential waste of budget. In this you will see there are options. For this example we are going to choose people in my target location. The same applies for the excluded locations. If you wish to exclude any particular locations, please select people in my excluded locations. Languages is the next setting. You can choose languages which is based on people's user interface, so people's settings of their browsers. For this example we're going to choose English only. Next is bidding strategy. There are multiple choices in here which we are not going to go through today. For this example we are going to use the manual CPC, which is best used for startup campaigns. Below this we are required to input a default bid which will go across all keywords in the ad group that we are about to create. We can edit the bids on individual keywords at a later date. Select a budget for the month. The best way to select the budget for the month is to decide your overall budget for the campaign and divide this by 30.4. This is the best practice provided by Google to make sure that you do not go over your monthly allocated budget. Once budget is selected, we have the option to choose delivery method. Here we have 2 options, standard or accelerated. Standard means that this will spend your budget throughout the day in the best way that Google sees possible. Accelerated means that the budget will be spent as quickly as possible, and you may see some downtime of your ad. Standard, you will also see some downtime of your ad, but it will be spread throughout the day. Okay, moving on to ad extensions, arguably one of the most important parts of your ads. For the most effective campaigns, these extensions are critical to engage people and get them to click onto your ad. You can take a tour by hovering over the question mark to get more detailed insights on each ad extension. First of all, we're going to talk about location ad extensions. If the Gmail you are using is linked to a Google Maps or a Google My Business account, these will come up automatically. In this case, we are not linked, so this is what we have to do. Next to the ad extensions, you will see the Add Now button. In here, you have the option to select your business account, or alternatively, you can request access to another Google My Business account. The next set of ad extensions is site links. This is arguably one of the most important site links available. This allows instant access to inner pages of your website and will direct people to different parts of your website which they are ready to purchase from or make a commitment from. So first we need to click on the new site link. We're going to choose the landing page prior to this. We're going to input the link text which we would like to appear in the ad. We're going to type in the URL, the final URL in which people will land on. We also have 2 lines of description which we can use for text which will describe the landing page they will be redirected to. Once all of these fields are complete, you can click Save. This can be done as many times as possible and can be done at campaign level and also ad group level. My recommendations is to have at least 4. The maximum you can have is 4 with full descriptions. Next, moving on, we have call extensions. Again, arguably one of the most important ad extensions available. Call extensions is adding your phone number and a clickable phone number to your ads. Please note that adding your phone number in ad text is not allowed by Google's policies and will result in disapproved ads. So this is the best way to get your phone number into your ads. So click on New Call Extension, type in your phone number and save. Secondly, what I would like you to do is copy and edit this original number, which is predominantly going to appear on desktops. Once you've copy and edit, select the mobile version. This will allow additional features for mobile only ads. Once you have done this, save, and you should see 2 identical call numbers, one for mobile, one for desktop. The next ad extension is reviews. Now, if you have reviews from Google on G+ and a regular number of them, or alternatively on trusted websites, these can appear automatically as long as your Gmail is linked to these accounts. If you do not use these trusted websites, you can also manually input reviews from websites such as TripAdvisor in this example. So we need to go to the landing page on where the review is placed, copy the quote, add this to your ad extension, add the source of the website, also add the final URL of where the review is placed. Click Save. Should these reviews meet Google's policies, they will appear in your ads. This is a good way of grabbing people's attention and bringing weight to your ads and services. The next extension is call-out extensions. Examples of call-out extensions are things like free shipping, next day delivery, 24-hour customer service. So let's move on and make some call-out extensions. So select New Call-out. Type in the text. Ideally, this text should be visible on your landing page also. Once you've done your call-out extensions, you can click Save. There is no limit to the amount of call-out extensions you can have. And again, you can use these at ad group level or campaign level. Next is structured snippets. Both these and call-out extensions add an additional line to your ad, which is very valuable in terms of space and making your ad stand out. So here we're going to add new structured snippets. These are the categories that you need to choose from which best suit your business. For this example, we're going to choose service catalog, which is the most commonly accepted structured snippet. So within our service catalog, we're going to use SEO services, web design, social media, CRO, website optimization. These are all listed in the structured snippet. Once we have these services listed, we can click Save, and you will see these appear in our structured snippets. So there we have pretty much every ad extension available in this setup. Some ad extensions do become available once we move forward into the campaign. One I would like to mention here, which we can't access now, is price extensions. These are very good and very strong in terms of your ad, and we can look at these further down the line as an example. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the advanced settings of this campaign. And in here we have a number of very important campaign settings which you may need to use. First of all, we have start and end date. So if you're not going to use this from ongoing from now or ongoing, and you would like to put an end date on here, here is where you would likely do it, in the start and end date. We also have ad scheduling. So obviously people may only want to show their ads during open hours if they're trying to drive calls. So choosing an ad scheduling will be very important to them. Ad delivery. Again, here this is a very, very big setting that most people would ignore if they don't know where to find it. So ad delivery. How your ads will optimize and rotate throughout the day. For this example, we are selecting optimize, prefer best performing ads. This allows Google to use ads created, and it will optimize and show the best performing ads based on the data it's receiving. Okay, so that's it. Once we have all these settings in place, we will now save and continue. And this will take us to our first ad group. Okay, so here we are. So the first thing is the keyword research. Something you may have done or you may want to do before even opening up the AdWords campaign. One luxury of having the AdWords campaign open is the access to the Google Keyword Planner. We can access this using the same Gmail that we are building the campaign for. To find this, sign into the Google AdWords campaign, select Tools in the top corner, and then select Keyword Planner. Search new keyword. You can input your main keywords, or alternatively, if your landing page is content rich, you can use your landing page to get ideas. Once you have decided which way you're going to work with this, click on the Get Ideas button. Here you will see keyword ideas and also ad group ideas. We suggest, as a beginner, clicking on the ad group ideas. Here you will see that Google has done a lot of the legwork for you in grouping the terms into tightly knit ad groups. Each ad group has a tightly knit theme, and it also shows you how many keywords are in each ad group. You can also dive into the ad groups to see which keywords are more important and if there is any keywords that are not relevant to your service or business. As a rule of thumb, ideally you want key terms and ad groups to be between 5 and 20 per ad group. You can spend hours and hours looking in the keyword planner, getting ideas. Once you have finalized the ad groups that you wish to move forward with, add them to the right hand side, and as you can see they will compile into a clipboard or Excel. You can download your campaign into an Excel. Once the Excel is compiled, we will be working off this manually. There is the option to upload this automatically into your AdWords account, but for the purpose of this demo we are going to show you how to work manually from the keyword planner. So the first campaign that we're going to work on, and the first ad group that we have, is the AdWords company. So AdWords group number 1, AdWords company E. I will explain the difference between the E and B later, and this will become more apparent once the campaign starts to take shape. Headline 1, ad headline 2, and the description. Ad headline 1 and 2 are 30 characters, description is 80 characters, and the attractive URL, which doesn't have to be a real URL, can also be used and created to suit your ad campaign or your ad group. So in ad headline number 1, we are going to refer to the keywords on the Excel, and we're going to use keywords that we're actually targeting. In ad headline 2, we are going to search for content which on the landing page we are directing users to. This way this keeps the ad relevant to the keywords and it keeps the ad relevant to the landing page. The ad text is one of the most important things you can use, as it attracts the viewers to click on your ad. It is the opportunity to sell your business on the first page of Google. It also is critical that you keep your ads relevant to your services, to the user's search query, and also to your landing page. This, in essence, driving down your CPCs and increasing your overall ad score. Again, reiterating the fact that using content from your landing page is very important in terms of driving down your ad score. One thing that we often get questioned on as advertisers, as an agency, is the use of capitalization. So we like to use capitalization on most of the words, even though it's not grammatically correct. It is an option in Google's systems, and it's also classed as good practice in terms of writing the ad text. So this is something that at Move Ahead Media we generally do, and we often get questioned from our clients. But it is recognised by Google as good practice, and you don't get penalised for it in terms of grammatically correct. Okay, so now we have our first ad. We're going to move on to the keywords. And it actually offers you here some predefined ad groups, which it's picked up from the URL that you've implemented already. But we have already done this work through the keyword planner. So I'm going to use the Excel that we've already created, and I'm going to copy and paste the keywords we've selected for Google AdWords Company Exact Ad Group. So here I'm going to copy and paste these into the ad group. And below here you can see an estimate for traffic and also bids. So if you feel that this estimate is not enough, you can add keywords, or you can up the bids to make sure that you're appearing a little bit more. Or you can alternatively up your budget, which will make you reach more people. In this example, I feel that there's not enough reach, so I'm going to add plural terms, as not forgetting we are only targeting exact keywords here, so there is absolutely no room for error or differentiation when people are searching for these keywords. Okay, so moving on. The basics are in place for the campaign, and I'm going to set up the billing account. The first question we get asked is the country of the billing, so Thailand in this case is the selection. Second of all, we have the account type, which this is a business account. Then we have the name and address. It's very important that you get these correct, as we have had problems in the past in terms of getting information to Google if the account gets flagged for billing. So make sure that you have access to whoever's name and address that you are going to put on this. So how do you pay? This is obviously a big one. So we have two options. We have automatic. Automatic is post-paid paying when you hit a threshold, and the longer you advertise with Google, the more trusted your relationship will become, and the higher the thresholds will become, depending on the amount of money you spend with them each month. Manual is prepaid, so the campaign stops when the money is exhausted. We recommend in this case, and in most cases, that we work on an automatic post-paid system. Obviously now the next step is to add the payment method and the card details. Once these are all in place, we will have to agree to the T&Cs and submit. Once submitted, our billing profile is created. And here you can see the settings, and this is how your billing profile will look, and this is where you need to come to download invoices and things like that. Okay, so back to the campaigns. The campaign is now created, and this dashboard allows you to see all aspects of the campaign that we initially set up a moment ago. Everything we've put in place can be edited from this dashboard and the settings tab. Eventually you'll find that once you understand the reasons for each element, creating campaigns is easier and quicker from this dashboard. Okay, so back to the initial keywords that we set for AdWords Company and the exact ad group that we created. One thing that we haven't done, and that this could be an error that a lot of people do when setting up the campaigns, is we haven't added any match types to these keywords. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the keywords tab, and here we have the keywords that are at the broadest possible setting. So there's no match modifiers on there, so that means there's no phrase, there's no brackets, there's no plus, which instructs Google how broad or how targeted you want to be with these keywords. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all the keywords and click on the edit button and go to the change match types options. So in here we currently have these keywords set at broad and we want to change them to exact. So select these two settings and preview to make sure that these are the changes that are going to be made. Once you're happy with the changes that are going to be made, make the changes. Click Make Changes. Okay, so now we have the correct exact matches for this ad group. One thing we also have is we only have one ad for each ad group for this ad group. So now we need to create a second and third ad for this ad group. So let's click on the Ads tab. So, because we chose the setting of choose the best performing ads, we need to give Google options to choose from. So in this ad group, we're going to have 3 different ads for Google to optimize towards. Select the ad that we're currently using, and again, use the copy and edit, which we used for the mobile ad extension earlier. Here are the existing details that we have from the original ad. Let's go ahead and change headline 1, headline 2. Leave the URL and change the description so we have a completely new ad to work with in this ad group. Once we've changed all of these elements, go ahead and save the ad. The benefit of copy and edit ensures that we don't duplicate any elements of headline 1 or 2 or description. In ad number 3, we're going to use a different feature. In headline 1, if you use a brace bracket or the squiggly bracket in my terminology, it opens up a choice of functions. In this example, I'm going to use the keyword insertion function. This allows us to create the headline with any of the keywords in our list. If a user was to search using one of our keywords, this would automatically jump into our ad text. If the keywords do not match the query, what will happen is the keyword insertion, in this case use AdWords company Bangkok, this will be a fixed headline. So this is a very good way of matching your searches, the user's query with the ad text, making sure that the ad is the most relevant form possible to the user searching. Okay, once complete, we'll save this ad, and this will give us 3 ads for the ad group we've created, with each ad having completely different text. And there we have it. We have one ad group complete. Now we need to move on and move into the broad version of this ad group. So the previous ad group we have is solely for exact match keywords. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create an ad group for the same keywords but the broad versions of the keywords. The quickest and simplest way to do this is to copy the shell of the exact match ad group. So to do this, we need to go back to the Campaigns tab, and here we will see all the ad groups. Once you see the ad group, which in this case is AdWords Company Exact, I want you to click and select the ad group. We can simply copy and paste this ad group, and it will copy the shell and duplicate it into our campaigns. Go ahead and click paste. In the name, we need to change the E to brackets B to represent the broad campaign, and remove the hashtag number 2. This leaving us with the same ad group for AdWords Company, one which is broad, one which is exact. Then we're going to jump into the broad campaign, and we're going to edit the keywords to make them phrase match. So currently they are all brackets, square brackets, representing exact match. Select the keywords. Select all keywords, click Edit, and again change match types. Here we're going to change from exact to phrase match and save. Once saved, we have a list of phrase keywords indicated by speech marks. This means that these keywords will have to be in this order, but can have additional keywords either in front of the phrase or on top of the phrase, at the back end of the phrase. Another broad setting that we would like to use in this example, and in most cases, is broad match modifiers indicated by a plus. These will have to be inserted manually. You can use 2, 3, 4 keyword phrases for this, and in this example we're going to use AdWords company Bangkok. So here we have plus AdWords plus company plus Bangkok. An example of a keyword that could be searched for in this case would be the best company for AdWords in Bangkok. So what these pluses mean is they mean that each keyword has to be in the phrase, but in any order. Okay, so there we have it. We pretty much have 2 ad groups for one theme, which is AdWords company, and we have both exact and broad versions of the keyword. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the Excel and start again using the exact same system for a new theme. Okay, so now there we have 3 different themes with 3 groups, both broad and exact. And we're pretty much ready to go ahead and activate the campaign.